why you said
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. This is A.L. Johnson with A.L. Johnson Life Insurance Agency. And this is another edition of our Small Business Highlight, where we highlight people in our community who are really making a difference. And I'm very excited about this particular business because it's something that's close to my heart. I really think that it's important for us to take time with our children, not just spending time with them, taking them to Chuck E. Cheese and all that kind of stuff, but actually teaching them, educating them so that they can live a better lifestyle than we did, giving them a head start. That's what it's all about. And so I have with me Miss Tovah Tanner, who is the co-founder of Royale Cohesive Network. And the young man that you see behind her is her son, Madden, who is a young entrepreneur. How are you guys doing today?
we're doing great. Great. Thank you for having us.
Great, great. Well, thank you for taking out this time. I know you're busy. You got a lot going on. I was on your website for the past week, just clicking every link possible and Googling everything, and I'm very impressed with what you and your son have done. So, can you just, in your own words, tell the audience a little bit about Royale Cohesive Network and exactly what it is, what you do?
Okay. So, again, my name is Tovah Tanner. With me is Madden Tanner. I am the co-founder of Royale Cohesive Network. He is the founder of Royale Cohesive Network. It's a nonprofit organization, and we teach, we help kids, youth, from the ages 6 to 25, wherever they are. If they're a startup business, a prominent youth business, we help them accelerate their business in different areas. And then we also have supporting programs to help them along their entrepreneurial journey. Madden has been in business since 2016. We've been in the community since 2015. We started off doing literacy book club meetups. And from there, we kind of grew into the entrepreneurial phase of it. He's been in business again since 2016. He's written 4 books. And so, how it began, he wanted to kind of quit the business because it was boring and boring as in the vendorship world. So, if you're out and about, it's a lot of adults that did majority of the vendor opportunities. And so he wanted to be around youth his age, and he really wanted to quit once upon a time. So we just I helped shape the narrative and the rise of youth entrepreneurship in Kansas City. So it's been a great ride ever since we made that decision and commitment to the community.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I absolutely love what you're doing. And so, what was the inspiration to get it started? At all. Like we all have children. We're living our busy lives. We're going to work. We're trying to provide. What gave you the idea to slow down and pour so much into your children and get them started early?
Well, I think because I am a creative person, I like to tap in that with my children. So I observed him a lot. And so it was kind of accidental, the beginning of his business. We were going through a hard difficulty, a traumatic time during that time. I lost my stepson to suicide in 2014. He was only
I'm sorry
14
for
years
your
old.
loss.
Thank you. He's only 14 years old. And one day we just kind of was on the couch and we were just kind of exhausted. And we were talking about our struggles, what we struggle with. And as he was talking, I was writing down what he was communicating with. And at that time, he was 6 years old. And so his first book was Royal Boy Blue Struggles with His Etiquette. And
Mm.
so during his time in school, he was struggling with things, because we were going through the traumatic time. And during kindergarten, he did a lot of promotions. And we started off at 18th and Vine at the first Friday. And he sold
Okay.
300 books outside of American Jazz Museum. And
Wow. May I ask him? So, Madden, what did that feel like? That first experience? You sold 300 books. What did that feel like?
It felt fun. It felt fun, but it also made me feel successful.
That's good. That's a good feeling, isn't it?
hmm
That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, so no, go ahead and continue. I thought that was good.
Yeah. So once we saw that the community really supported and uplifted him, I began to just had him keep writing, keep expressing himself. So he was in STEM. Um, and with that experience, your second book was Roy Boy Blue Becomes a Master Builder. So he was traveling with NSBE. That's the National Black Society STEM Corporation. And with that, he also was with association with Legoland, Kansas City. And so he merged those two together and had a community event where he had STEM activities for the kids, computer access, game access, virtual access, building. And then we had a partnership with Legoland where they committed to having gift cards. So the community was not only coming to purchase a book, but they was also getting that access into what he's kind of what we set in front of him.
Wow. So I think it's interesting. So what would you say are the characteristics? You said you were paying attention to your son. You noticed a couple things about him. You said, okay, I think he may be a good entrepreneur. For the parents who are watching and feel that their child may have a knack for business, what are some of the telltale signs?
Well, what I look for is what they are drawn to. So right now I have Madden is 12. I have a 6-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 2-year-old. So I see what I kind of analyze and see what they are drawn into. And that could be, that visual or that experience for me could be really brightened or heightened because I am a homeschool parent as well. And so I kind of
Mm.
see what they gravitate towards. And
Can you speak to
so
that a little bit? The homeschooling, like you see what they gravitate towards, and then with you homeschooling, do you feel that additional time that you have with them allowed you to recognize the opportunity?
it does. And it actually helps me better analyze who my child is. If you think about it, you send your child away for a good 8 hours out of the day. And once they come home, it's dinner time, it's homework time, it's bedtime. And so you don't have that much of an interaction other than weekend. And then sometimes you fill your weekend up to saying, okay, you're going to be in sports, you're going to be in some activity. And
Right.
so it's more and more time given away from you to learn more about your child. And then also, homeschooling helps allow the kids to be creative and they draw into what they want to learn and what they, the activities that they are interested in. So you build on that. So I built on that. I knew he was intelligent and can express himself certain ways. So after at 6 years old, him writing, just telling the story about, his journey of how he struggled with etiquette, I was like, man, you got a knack for it. You can really write your own ticket in life. So, and from there, we just kind of grew and grew into now he's written 4 books, headed to the 5th one.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. So with the Royal Cohesive Network, you are taking other people's children and showing them how to replicate what you've done. And so we talked about what makes a child potentially successful in entrepreneurship, but what do you look for in the parents, that you work with? What makes a good parent of a child entrepreneur?
So, we really started off, and how we started off was, American Jazz Museum gave us our first opportunity, said, hey, we're partnering with you, bring those kids to the table. I spent 3 months. I only knew about Madden and a few other entrepreneurs in Kansas City. So I searched for 3 months, high and low. How can I find these youth entrepreneurs? And
Okay.
the day of the event, we had 19 vendors. They are all prepared and ready. I didn't see their brand. I didn't know much about their brand, but they was ready to go. And then as time went on, we had more opportunities for them to be vendors. I noticed that they had a skill, but they didn't have the business skills that they need to have longevity.
Right.
And fast forward to now, the more and more we have grown, I noticed that we need to facilitate this in a way that we're treating the whole family, not just the child. And so we
Yeah,
provide
I can see
education.
that.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
provide education and the opportunity for them to come to the classes and see what the children are learning. A lot of our coaches and professionals do not change the curriculum that they usually present to an adult classroom.
So it isn't watered down or anything
So
like
it's
that.
not watered down. When they come in and they talk about Roth and IRAs, they talk to them and they give them an explanation. When they talk about
That's good.
financial literacy, they give them examples just like they would with an adult class. So it's not done, it's not watered down. And again, we accept the whole family because it's a family effort. It's not just a child. You have to be committed just like your child is committed. And so and I'm a business owner. I've been in business for 10 years. And I come from a family legacy of entrepreneurship. My great aunt, she was a seamstress, and she actually sewed the Cobra's first uniforms when they first got
Oh,
started.
wow.
They didn't have,
Okay.
they didn't have any finances, any money, and she committed to saying, "I'm going to sew you and your team, uniforms." And
That's awesome.
she was she was pretty awesome, and she had a lot of people that came from all over the world to come and see her. And so I just passed that creativeness down to my children.
Very great. So for those of you who are just tuning in, this is Miss Tovah Tanner and her son Madden. They are the co-founders of Royale Cohesive Network, which is a nonprofit organization that centers itself around educating children on entrepreneurship. I think they're doing a really great job, really great job. So for people who have children and they want to enroll them in the program, what does that process look like?
So you can go to our website. We have a KCMO chapter and a KCK chapter. So the KCK chapter is fairly new. We are heading to our second cohort, and that is for Wyandotte County youth. And so you can go to our website at www.royalnetwork.org, and Royal is with the E, ROYALE. And so kids can enroll in the program for free. And from there, they will learn business skills. They will also have vendor opportunities. It's different perks and different things that makes us different from each chapter. And so the Kansas chapter has a lot of pitch opportunities. They have what else? They have different winnings. If you enter the pitch competition, you can have different winnings from that. But you can just always go to our website and check out more information about the program and how to apply. This program offers everyone a chance to develop skills necessary to launch your own business, learn about real businesses, why they succeed or fail. They can also launch their own social movement if they wanted to. So it's a lot of opportunity there for kids 6 to 25.
So do they need to come with their own, business plan already prepared, or do you help them discover, what may be their passion and what would be a good business for them to start?
So we help them from if they don't have a business concept to if they have a business concept to if they're a prominent youth business. So we accept them at whatever stage they are. And so I get a lot of parents, they'll walk up to me and say, I want my kids in the program, but I just don't know. And I allow them to talk and say, well, what's she into? What does she like? Or what does he like? And
Right.
they get to talk, and I can just come up with the business concept and say, well, you said she likes journaling. She likes, creative, crafty things. Why can't you combine the two? And now she has crafty journals that she can sell,
Right.
or just, I don't know.
Okay.
Sometimes people are kind of stuck of being in the box of things. And so I just
Mhm.
help them kind of go outside of the box.
That makes sense. So what have you noticed as the biggest change in the children that you've worked with from when you first met them to them getting their business started? Do you see any, particular increase in confidence, or what do you see change over the course of the program for the children you work with?
Most definitely confidence. Some can come in shy. and they come out, they're doing stage platform speaking at public events. Some come in with no concepts, and now their net profit monthly is $500 a month.
So they don't need an allowance. They're making their own money.
No, they're on the payroll. They're on the payroll.
That's good.
So they can
That's
come
good.
not knowing anything about business and come out and they're on their payroll. So, you know, we have so many great stories and so many successful children that came out of the program. And you know, in one in particular, she did so well with selling her products that she actually is the cherry bakery. It was a young lady. She sold different desserts, and from her earnings from the different opportunities that we presented for them to come to, she paid for her her student body lunch fees that they had accrued at their school.
Oh,
And so she had a giant.
She's learning how to give back early. That's beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's we provide a lot of and we also have different programs too. We have the literacy programs, but without literacy and the knowledge and support of that, how can you read your contracts? How can you appropriately write your contracts?
Right.
We also have education support, homeschooling support as well. And so we do have a homeschooling platform where we started off for pre-K to 6th grade. So members actually can log on to our website and log into our education portal and do homework assignments that is geared towards entrepreneurship. And then also we have our gardening, our lifestyle program, which is we teach kids how to garden, how to cook the food, and then if they wanted to, how to go into the food industry and produce a product.
You're doing so much. Thank you, because we need you. We really do. When it comes to the homeschooling piece, I want to focus on that a little bit. So we just had COVID-19. All the children were homeschooling, for this past year. And I know a lot of parents may have found it difficult. It's just different than what we're used to. What do you feel are the key advantages to homeschooling? Is it your ability to control the curriculum or teach them additional things? What are the advantages?
Yes, I had some static on my end. Can you say that again?
Oh, sure. No, I said when it comes to the homeschooling, what would you say are the key advantages? Because we all dealt with that, going through COVID, trying to homeschool our children. What do you think are the advantages? You being able to shape your own curriculum and make sure that they know certain things, or what is the advantage there?
And it could be my phone right now, but I'm thinking you want me to touch on homeschool and working through COVID-19. And a lot of that, our online platform was created during COVID-19 for the simple fact that I know our community needed some guidance and some type of support to say you don't have to have a PhD to homeschool your child. And you can go by the standards of the state and city of where you live, and you can do 20 hours a week, and commit yourself to 20 hours a week to work through those times with your child. And you can break it up and have certain days where you do math, certain days where you do science, but it really allows you to be creative and kind of create and craft your own narrative of what you want your curriculum to look like.
I agree with that because, like, so often we talk about the school system and what our children don't learn. So they get the basic reading, writing, and arithmetic. They don't teach anything about credit. They don't teach anything about investing, how to purchase a home, or any of that. And so when we come into our adult years, we're lost, and we're having to be educated for the first time on things that really should have been implemented within our school curriculum. And so it's really good that you're introducing children to those concepts early, so that they can get that head start. And especially when it comes to, I like how you talked about the investing in IRAs, et cetera. And so teaching the children to take their profits, and not just spend them, but actually invest them, is huge, because when it comes to compound interest and increasing your investment portfolio, the earlier you start, the greater advantage that you have, because you have that time that's available to work with you. And so it's a really great opportunity, really great opportunity. So for those of you who are just tuning in, this interview is with Tovah Tanner and her son, Madden, who are the co-founders of the Royale Cohesive Network, which is an entrepreneurship program for children and young adults ages 6 to 25. The program is completely free. You can apply at the Royale Cohesive Network, either on Facebook, or you can go directly to their website. From there, they'll be able to take your child, assess their talents, skills, and abilities, and match them up with a business that goes with their personality, something that they can enjoy. And it's their business. It isn't a partnership where they're taking a portion of it. And so get your child started early. Get your child started early. She also has homeschooling programs. And so if you want to homeschool your children and really have control over their curriculum, making sure that they are learning everything that you want them to, they also have that available, and the gardening club, which I think is really awesome, because especially in this day and age, having control over your food supply and going forward is going to be very important. So teaching those skills to the children is great. And so that's what we like to do here on our small business highlight, is find key businesses within our community that are really making an impact, really making a difference. And Miss Tanner and her son are doing just that. And so if you want more information on the Royale Cohesive Network, if you have a child that you think may have a knack for business, that may be a great entrepreneur, get them started early, get them in contact with Mrs. Tanner. I'll leave her information in the comments, but thank all of you for tuning in. Appreciate your time, and have a great day.